Welcome. Today we're looking into some truly harrowing stories. These are first-hand accounts of survival, focusing on those moments of isolation, maybe driving at night, meeting a stranger where things go terrifyingly wrong.
Exactly. These aren't just stories. They're brutal lessons in how quickly perceived safety can just vanish.
Right. And we're not just recounting tales. We want to look at what happens in those moments, the vigilance, the survival instinct kicking in.
And there's a real psychological weight to these kinds of incidents. The difference between thinking you might be in danger and knowing you are in immediate danger. It's a huge shift. We're focusing on that tipping point.
Okay, let's dive into the first one. This really paints a picture of danger hiding, like right in plain sight. Imagine a woman, 29 years old, driving alone with her little girl, just 5 years old.
Okay.
It's winter. It's only 4:40 p.m., but it's pitch black already out on this desolate back road. And she's still got 90 minutes left to drive.
That setup is immediately high stress. Isolation, darkness, a child in the car, vulnerable.
Exactly. And then she sees flashing yellow hazard lights up ahead. But here's the detail that immediately felt wrong to her. The car wasn't pulled over to the side. It was stopped with hazards on, directly in the middle of the road.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's not a breakdown situation. That's a deliberate block, an obstruction.
Yep.
Designed to make you stop right where they want you.
That's exactly what her gut told her. So she stops, but smartly, like 80 to 100 feet back from the car. She knew stopping right next to it, alone with her daughter, was just too risky.
Good instinct. That distance gave her time. It gave her options. If she'd pulled right up. Whole different story, maybe.
A critical decision. She didn't just follow the social script of, oh, I should help. She listened to that warning bell.
Right. Safety first, especially when the situation looks deliberately off. But it gets worse, right?
Yeah. While she's sitting there wondering what to do, maybe try to reverse, she checks her rearview mirror.
Yeah.
In the faint moonlight, she sees movement, shadows, running, fast, toward her car from behind. It only took a second to realize they were people. Maybe carrying something, she couldn't be sure, but they were closing in.
So it's a trap. Blocked in the front, attackers coming from the rear, coordinated.
Exactly. Reversing now seems slow, difficult. So she makes another split-second choice. Forward. Aggressively.
Makes sense. What did she do?
She floored it. Just slammed the gas pedal, pulled the wheel hard, and drove completely off the road onto the shoulder of the grassy part to get around that car blocking the lane.
Wow, okay. Desperate move, but necessary.
As she's passing the hazard car, more people jump out from the side of the road. They start throwing things at her car, trying to make her crash or stop.
Trying to force the stop.
She actually sideswiped one of them in the process of getting by.
Whoa.
And then something hits the windshield hard. It cracks, spider webs, and whatever it was flies into the passenger seat. She and her daughter are screaming. The immediate danger is right there, inside the car with them, basically.
That impact, the scream, it becomes absolutely real, existential. Her choice damaged the car, even hit someone, rather than stop and face whatever they had planned that was pure survival instinct. And it worked.
She just kept driving, didn't stop until she reached her in-laws' place, which thankfully was a gated community, pretty secure.
Thank goodness.
But the terror wasn't quite over. Her in-laws checked their security cameras.
Yeah.
And they saw the same car from the road, the one with the hazards, driving back and forth past the gate, again and again, like they were casing the place or waiting.
That's chilling. That shows planning, persistence. They followed her. This wasn't random opportunism. They were hunting.
Until her father-in-law, who was armed, apparently went out when a car stopped near the gate again. He confronted the two people inside, fired a warning shot in the air.
Okay, that changes the equation for the attackers. Risk just went way up.
Exactly. They took off immediately and didn't come back.
Smart move by the father-in-law, recognizing the continued threat.
And later, reports confirmed other carjackings in that area using the same setup. Hazards in the road, ambush. The woman, the survivor.
Yeah.
She said she never drives at night anymore without, quote, protection. Either her husband with her or a gun. It changed her completely.
Understandably, that level of targeted threat, it leaves a permanent mark.
Okay, so that's the roadside ambush targeting isolation. What about when the isolation or the trap, I guess, is set up differently, like digitally?
Yeah. This next one moves into the realm of online dating, Tinder specifically, and it touches on misplaced trust and maybe ignoring red flags because you want something to be true.
Tell us about it.
So this woman matches with a guy, Oliver. She said even in texts, he seemed almost too good to be true. Alarm bell number one, maybe.
Right. Easy to brush off, though, when you're hopeful.
Totally. And against her friend's advice and her own gut feeling, really, she gave him her address to pick her up for the date.
Oof, his big step, the address.
She regretted it almost immediately. The second she saw him in person, he looked, she estimated, 10 to 15 years older than his profile pictures. Major deception right from the start.
Okay, that's awkward and dishonest. How did she handle it?
She tried to be gentle, apparently, but she did bring it up. Asked him, how old his pictures were.
And his reaction?
Immediate offense. He clammed up, went into this aggressive, silent treatment, really hostile energy.
Whoa, okay, huge red flag right there.
Yeah.
Overreacting to being called out on a lie.
Exactly. And then instead of just being weird, he acted. He drove right past the turn for the restaurant they were supposed to go to.
Oh no.
She tried to tell him, hey, you missed the turn. We need to go back. He just ignored her. Kept driving.
He's taking control, punishing her for questioning him.
Precisely. The power dynamic shifted completely. She wasn't on a date anymore. She was in a situation he controlled.
Panic must have set in.
Absolutely. They hit a red light, and she thought, okay, maybe I can get out. She reaches for the door handle. Locked. And worse, it was one of those cars where the lock mechanism itself retracts into the door panel. No little knob to pull up. No way to manually override it from the inside. She was trapped.
Oh my God. That's terrifying. Trapped in a car with someone acting hostile.
Pure terror. But she did something smart, very discreetly. She managed to text her friend her current location, just got that one message out.
Okay, good. Leaving a breadcrumb trail. Essential.
Critical, because then Oliver drives for a bit longer and pulls into this huge, mostly empty parking lot outside a grocery store, way out at the far end, away from any lights or people.
He chose the spot. Isolated again.
Deliberately. Then he turns, goes to grab her.
And she fights back.
She does. She had pepper spray in her purse, and she managed to get it out and deploy it right in his face.
In the car. That's risky. You could disable yourself, too.
It's a massive risk, a desperate measure for a desperate situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, it affected both of them instantly. Burning eyes, choking, screaming, chaos in that small space.
But did it work? Did it give her an opening?
It did. That's the trade-off. The confusion, his pain, it momentarily neutralized his physical advantage. In that chaotic second, while they're both reeling, she reaches over and manages to hit the central unlock button for the doors.
Yes.
She shoves her door open, basically falls out onto the pavement. She's disoriented, eyes burning, struggling to breathe from the spray herself.
But she's out of the cars.
She's out. But he comes after her, stumbling out of the car, also blinded and choking, but yelling at her, screaming stuff like he was just joking.
Joking?
Yeah.
Seriously, after all that?
Clearly not joking. He's trying to grab her again near the entrance of the grocery store. She's screaming for help.
And someone heard.
Yes. A man came running out of the store, saw what was happening, and intervened. Confronted Oliver.
Thank God for that bystander.
Absolutely. As soon as Oliver saw he had drawn attention, that he wasn't going to get her easily, he jumped back in his car and sped off.
Did they catch him?
No. Police were called. Report was filed, but he was never found. Vanished.
And the woman?
The psychological impact was huge. The feeling of being targeted, hunted after that betrayal. She ended up moving, couldn't stay in her house, felt too paranoid, too unsafe. Shows how deep that kind of violation goes, even if the physical attack was ultimately stopped.
Wow. Okay, 2 stories down. One roadside ambush, one online date turned kidnapping attempt.
Yeah.
This next one, it feels like sheer vulnerability meeting, just inexplicable malice.
Yeah, this one is about being completely stranded, helpless, and then encountering someone truly dangerous.
Set the scene for us.
We have a 19-year-old woman. She's driving cross-country alone during a winter break, and she's in a 20-year-old Honda Civic, not exactly the most reliable car for a long trip.
Uh-oh. I think I see where this is going.
Yep. The car finally gives out, dies completely, on what she described as a dark, snowing, very sketchy section of the highway, middle of nowhere.
Nightmare scenario. Alone, car dead, bad weather, sketchy area, cell service.
Spotty. Regular calls wouldn't go through, but the emergency call button in her car, the SOS type thing, that actually worked. She got through to 911.
Okay, some relief maybe.
Limited relief. The dispatcher told her the closest police officer was still an hour away.
An hour? In that situation.
Yeah.
That's an eternity.
Exactly. And the dispatcher's advice was, well, it was chilling in itself. Lock the doors and, quote, try to hide herself so it looked like the car was abandoned and empty.
Wow. The official advice is pretend you're not there because we can't get to you quickly. That's terrifying.
It tells you everything about how alone she really was. So she does what they said,
Yeah.
Uses those foldable sun shields, covers every single window, front, back, sides, makes the inside completely blacked out, turns her car into a little dark box.
Trying to become invisible, hunkering down.
She waits. 30 minutes pass. She said she had this intense feeling of being watched, just prickling on her skin.
Awful, just waiting in the dark.
Then she decides to check the window coverings. She uses her phone screen, just the light from that, turns it towards the passenger side window.
Yeah.
And there's a small crack, a tiny strip near the edge. The sunshield didn't quite cover. And in that little visible strip of glass, she sees a face, a man's face, pressed right up against the window, staring directly at her, smiling.
Oh my God, no, that's pure horror movie stuff.
Absolutely terrifying. The proximity, the smile, just evil. She lets out this blood-curdling scream.
I bet.
And the man outside, he answers her scream with this horrible, deep, guttural laugh.
Jeez.
Then he immediately starts trying the door handles, yanking on them violently. When they don't open, he starts banging on the passenger window with something hard, an object, trying to break it.
Okay, so full-on attack now. What does she do? Call 911 again?
She does. She calls 911 again while this is happening, while he's banging on the window. And here's where the system fails her even worse.
Ow.
The second dispatcher she gets, maybe stressed, maybe overwhelmed, who knows, accuses her of making a prank call.
What? While she's being attacked?
Yes, and then hangs up on her.
No, they hung up on her.
Hung up. While the guy is actively trying to break into her car, she was completely, utterly alone at that moment, failed by the system meant to help.
That's unbelievable. Just malpractice. Criminal, almost.
It's horrifying. She immediately calls back a third time. Thankfully, this dispatcher seemed to understand, was more empathetic, confirmed help was on the way, the original officer, and was now maybe 10 minutes out.
10 minutes is still forever when someone's breaking your window.
An absolute eternity, and the man outside escalates again. He picks up a rock, throws it, and smashes the windshield.
Oh, God.
Then he climbs onto the hood of the car and starts stomping on the cracked windshield, stomping and tearing at it until he rips a big enough hole to start climbing inside the car.
He's coming in.
He's coming in. The car is breached. There's no hiding anymore.
What does she do? Fight him?
No time. He's bigger, stronger, coming through the windshield. Her only option is flight. She scrambles over the seats into the back.
Okay.
Just as he's halfway through the windshield, trying to crawl the rest of the way in, the police finally arrive, lights flashing.
Finally. Oh, thank God.
She sees the lights, throws open the back door, and just runs out of the car towards the police. They find the attacker literally stuck halfway in, halfway out of the broken windshield.
Wow. Caught in the act. Literally. What happened to him?
He was arrested, obviously. Later, he was evaluated and deemed mentally deranged, unfit to stand trial, sent to a state mental hospital.
So no real justice in a trial sense.
No, and the survivor, she reflected on that, said the real punishment wasn't what happened to him legally. The real punishment is the memory, the trauma of that face, the smile, the sound of the glass breaking. That stays with her.
I can only imagine that image pressed against the glass.
Yeah.
Horrifying. Okay, so we've covered 3 really different, really terrifying scenarios. The planned ambush on the road.
The calculated deception starting online.
And this breakdown leading to an encounter with just random, terrifying malice on the highway.
And what connects them really is that survival in each case came down to quick, decisive, often instinctual, and sometimes violent action by the victim.
Right. The mother driving through the ambush, the woman using pepper spray in the car, this young driver escaping the vehicle the second it was breached.
Exactly. No time for hesitation. And often, these moments happen because of isolation or a trust that was manipulated or misplaced.
And speaking of sheer, inexplicable cruelty, there was another account in the sources we looked at. The teenager who got ambushed.
Ah, yes. That one had a particularly brutal detail.
It wasn't just that they beat him badly and stole his car, which is horrific enough, but the attackers did something else, something gratuitous.
They cut his Achilles tendons.
Yeah. Why? It's not necessary for the robbery. It's pure, calculated cruelty designed to inflict maximum lasting harm.
It underscores that unpredictability. Sometimes the motive isn't just theft or control, it's a desire to inflict suffering. That detail, it required months of hospitalization for him, possibly more surgeries. Just devastating, needless savagery.
It really drives home the point about the unpredictable nature of these encounters. Which brings us to a final kind of unsettling thought. In that highway breakdown story, we saw the system fail her. Twice. 2 911 dispatchers who didn't help. one who actively hindered her. In the carjacking, the police were just too far away to be relevant in the immediate crisis.
Right. The response time was effectively infinite in the moments that mattered most.
So these victims were left completely on their own. Survival depended on their own actions, or in the Tinder case, the lucky intervention of a stranger.
It raises a really stark question, doesn't it?
Yeah. When your life is truly on the line, and the systems you rely on are police, emergency services maybe can't help you because of distance or bad protocol or just failure. What does that mean for personal responsibility? What kind of preparation, mental or physical, should you even consider, knowing that ultimately your survival might depend entirely on you?
It's a heavy question. The idea that self-reliance isn't just a backup plan, but potentially the only plan in those critical moments.
Something to really think about. Thank you for joining us for this pretty intense deep dive today.
Yes, thank you. Be aware, stay vigilant, and maybe reflect on these stories. Think about that self-reliance factor.
Please show your support for our channel, Horror Docx. Like this video, share it if you found it compelling, and subscribe for more content like this. We appreciate you listening.